Hello and welcome back to Ashley Main Makes, and today is part 2 of my plus size Big 4 pattern review. So I ended up reviewing a year's worth of Big 4 pattern releases for plus size, and this video was incredibly long. So if you didn't catch last week's video, part 1, do go back and watch that. But we're going to jump right back into it. This is the sassy second half, if you will. So do let me know if you're enjoying the commentary so far. I would love to hear yours down in the comments down below. And let's roll right back into it. All right, back to McCall's. M8, 4, 5, 6. Had to make sure I was saying that correctly. Mrs. Women's knit top, shorts and pants. So we have easy to sew. Sleeveless or long sleeve knit top has fold over turtleneck and pairs with either pull on knit shorts, culottes, or pants with wide waistband, seaming detail, and optional flat front pockets. Oh, good. So we have our 10 to 18, 20 to 28, and 30 to 38. So the only size that we are missing, not break my whole janky setup here. The only size we're missing on this one is actually our smallest sizes, so our petite gals, which is like a bummer for them, and we'll see how it goes. Let's go look at the line drawings. So yeah, so short sleeve, like no sleeve, turtleneck, kind of cowlish turtleneck, I'm assuming. Hard to tell from the line drawings. A little cuff sleeve. Oh geez. When we were talking about the early 2000s earlier, I had a pair of culotte things like this in a knit. I had a couple pairs. I had a brown pair. I had this very unfortunate beige pair. And then with the patch pocket. So yeah, you want to bring it back. This is the length that you make. This probably is a little bit more like less like the same. And then you've got a like shorts pair. Could be cute, but let's go look at it. So we've got our gal here, and she is wearing the 2000s length with the patch pocket. I don't know if I would put as much as like I love a good pocket, I don't know if a patch pocket right on the front of my thigh would be that wonderful, but you know, if you're as thin as this gal, it's probably fine. Then we're gonna see all these individually. Interesting, this has a band at the bottom still for the shorts. Yeah, don't know about that print. Yeah, so we're not gonna get any more pictures of anybody else in these, hey? We're just gonna get like one photo. And we didn't even get, even though they have 2 plus size ranges, we don't get any plus size gals in them. Like, I'm almost tempted because I've never seen something like this in plus size other than the ones that, like, I bought from Deb. And I'm pretty sure, like, a knit doesn't go vintage very well like that. So it's fine. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we have no finished garment measurements just because we've got the full size range. Suggested fabrics, stretch knits only, such as cotton knit, French terry, sweatshirt fleece, see stretch gauge. Again, I don't feel like we could expand on this list quite a bit. I feel like yes, a cotton knit, but probably like I remember them being polyester, so there's that. But I remember them being a lot drapier than a cotton knit, I guess because this one's got so much seaming in it. Maybe you need the cotton knit, but I think there's some leeway there. You'd have to use your best judgment, and you'd want to get something that was like kind of, you know, I think the thing is you need like a medium weight knit for it to kind of like hold up and then like not have every lump and bump show. So there's that. But yeah, kind of disappointing we didn't get more photos of that one, because like part of me is like kind of intrigued because I used to wear these and they were really comfortable. I mean, they did get caught in your bike spokes, so that was kind of a pain in the butt, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I do kind of like the full pants pair. I can see me getting into that, like having a wide leg, like flare pair of like comfy pants like that. I could get into that. I don't know. The top is kind of like, I don't know. The top is kind of like a nothing. I don't know. I don't particularly love how that's sitting on her. If it was made in something drapier, I think it would be nicer. So again, you'd have to play with your fabrics on this one and really think about that. I think that's the key to it. And I mean, this is sitting like it should on her, but she's like stock standard size. So yeah, really not a lot to go off of on this one. Yeah. I'd be curious to see someone who made this one. Like, this will be one where I'll be like, I'll put this number into Instagram and follow the tag just so I can see if anybody makes it. All right, next up, back to Simplicity. Women's tops. So we have Simplicity 9890. Double check the sizes. So this one we're running the full gamut. So 20 to 28 and then 30 to 38. Love to see it. I'm not sure if one exists in misses or not, but it's not my department, but just I love when they break them up. It makes it a lot better. All right, raised waist top with shawl collar, have partial button. Wait, is that even a proper? This is what I mean by like they don't make them proper sentences and it makes me sound not good. Raised waist tops with shawl collar. Yeah. Partial button front, 2 length options and sleeve variations. Top C has a released pleat on the sleeve. Interesting. Interesting. We'll have to look. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. You see there's a released pleat. Not sure. Oh, maybe to bring this in. Like you see how this flares out. So maybe this has a pleat here to bring it back in. We'll have to look at that. It's kind of cute though. It looks like a roll collars. Those are a little bit easier to do. And then like button loop type buttons. So again, a little bit easier. You don't have to put like a full buttonhole in, but you do have to make little rouleau loops. So 6 of one, half dozen the other. We got princess seams again. And we've got like a nice little back vent here, which is like makes it a little bit more comfy. I of course love the raised empire waist seam. I just think that's like, of course, really flattering on me. So, you know, everyone must like it. Yeah, are we doing cups on this? No. So, okay. So we might want to be aware of that. So princess seams are a little bit harder to add a ton of cup sizes to. That other one I had recommended because it had the cup size so you can just like add a little bit to it. You know, it works pretty easily. This one we're all the way at a B cup and you want to adjust it up, you're going to need to do a little bit of work. So you're going to have to do a full bust adjustment on a princess seam, which it's in the Cashmerette book. I'll leave my review of the Cashmerette book up above. I'm just leaving all the links in this video, but yeah, it's in the Cashmerette book on how to do it. I think it's also on the old Curvy Sewing Collective website, so there's ways to do it, but I would look at that because you're probably gonna need it unless you are a B cup. So that's just something to be aware of. Big 4 B cup. So we've got our lovely lady. She's really trying to sell it. I'll give that to her. Because she's like, ooh, but I don't know if this is really giving. All these blouses this time are kind of dowdy, and it's kind of, you know, I'm honestly like kind of looking at blouses lately, and these are all kind of cool. Line drawing, line drawing, line drawing. Okay, now we get to see, okay, yeah, so here's what I thought here. Let's zoom in. Didn't mean to zoom in on your butt, sorry. But yeah, here you can see where that pleat is pulled in at the cuff here, so that'll pull that sleeve back in so you won't drape it in your soup. And then it like is released here, so it'll be quite comfortable through here. And then we've got a couple of buttons, so almost like a false button placket borderline almost. And then we've got a nice pleat in the back here. This is again great because then when you go to sit, it's like a lot more comfortable. So, and looks pretty good in the shoulders, like not bang on, but pretty good for a model wearing a thing. You know, it's not like the other ones where, you know, they make them for themselves, so they're, I would hope that they fit like bang on. This is like, well, it's like, you know, what is that, like half an inch, maybe quarter of an inch too long. It's fine. I don't know, we've got some sort of weird fabric run or something going on there. Something's going on with the fabric itself, or maybe they ironed it funny. Might have even just ironed it funny. That might be what's going on there. I wish they would have included more pictures. We're really lacking on the pictures this time. Suggested fabrics. Chambray, which we just love that this season. Linen, rayon, silky type, soft cotton, tencel. Yeah, seems about right. Probably throw shirting in there, probably. Just a thought. Interfacing, lightweight, fusible. Let's see, do we have finished garment measurements? Yep, 63.5. Yep, that looks about right. And our waist is a bit bigger, that makes sense. And we've got a little bit of a looser hip, but we got lots to sit down. Yep, that looks perfect. Again, mock it up because it's big 4, but I would say make your standard size. Obviously, we're getting better about that. Love to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like it better on the line drawings than I like it on her, but I still don't know if this is like giving like stylish, sophisticated woman to me. I mean, maybe that's not what everyone's going for, but like, I don't love it. I don't. It just seems sort of dowdy, I would say. But if you like it, rock it, wear it. Again, like big 4, it's so hard when they don't have that many photos. Like, I really want to see pictures of people in these more than like the one photo that they have. Okay, we got another Splisty circling back. S9887 women's dress with length variations. Fitted color block dress has bodice with princess seams and bust darts. Dress comes in 3 lengths and can be made with or without sleeves. Love that. Dress A has a neckband. What do the other ones have? All of yous have side seam pockets. Again, love it, but we also don't have a waist seam, so those are going to be your dreaded floppy pocket. And there's no getting around it. Oh, maybe there is. Well, you'd have to make like an anchor or something. I'm not quite sure. Your waist is a ways away from where your pockets live, so you can do it where you attach like a piece of ribbon down. That's another way of dealing with the floppy pocket. Or you can just run them all the way up, but probably on this one because the waist... where the waist is. I don't know. Either deal with the floppy pocket, take the floppy pocket out, or anchor the floppy pocket with a ribbon. Just like a few options, but I love this. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I love the look of this, especially this one with this elbow length sleeve. Okay, so what I was saying about this elbow length sleeves before is like those other ones stuck off her body and made it more like blocky on the top, but if it's like a fitted knit elbow length sleeve, I think it looks really nice. I think it can be really elegant, especially with like this length of skirt, so I really love that. And then of course like your sleeveless version, it's got quite a high neck, so that's something to be aware of. But I also love here we're doing like a princess seam with a dart, so lots of options here. If you were going to tackle a full bust adjustment, it might be slightly difficult with this whole curve in here. You'd have to think about it. You could do it in here on this dart at least, so that's something. Might be hard to pull it through here. It's a thinker, but I love it I love the styling of it. So let's go look at it. It's like, how can you tell I'm a dress girl? I just get excited about the dress patterns. I have honestly been like, I need to make myself some blouses, but these are clearly not, they're just not hitting. But look at that one with the orange and the print and the pink. I love that. And the gradient. Wish they would have put her in like color. Like, I feel like beige rainbow is not the vibe. I mean, again, she's selling it. This model really is like giving it. And there's that same photo again. Yeah, so this model has just a smidgen of narrow shoulder. So this one's sticking off about the same amount. So we got like like half an inch again. That's totally fine. Beautiful sleeve. This is hitting her like right where it should, and then we got nice princess seam. Yeah, I think she needs, like, you can see a little bit here, so she might need a little bit of a full bust adjustment. But that looks awesome through there. There's that same photo again. I love this combo. I want to see, oh, okay, now I see what they're talking about. So it's almost got like a little mock neck. It's got a little bit of a collar enough to make a little mock neck. A friend of mine wears dresses like this in like slinky fabrics and looks awesome in them. So I can totally see that. Yep. Love that. Don't know if I'm like all for like, this looks like, what flag is this? Is this like IKEA? IKEA flag? What's the country? Swedish? Are we doing the Swedish flag? I don't know. But yeah, that's just so cool with this swoop all the way around on both sides. Yeah, so she's got a bit of something going on in there. Again, that could probably be adjusted fairly easily by pulling that into this seam, like playing around with the seam here to pull the excess out so this fits in here a little bit better. She might also be, hard to say, she might be a little bit shorter waisted than what this is showing. Like the length might be a little bit off here. But it looks really good otherwise. The zipper comes back nice. Like this looks good. Her pockets are laying relatively flat despite being like floppy pockets. And it doesn't kick off too much. I don't know. I think it's really quite good. Yeah, I'd say this is pretty standard. Like there's nothing like, this is not egregious. This isn't anything that you couldn't like fix a little bit. It's pretty minor and it's probably mostly to do with like this model's specific body. All right. So we have, oh, is this not in it? Oh. It's a woven. Okay. Alright. It's a woven. Which I guess makes sense with all the darts and stuff. But alright, let's go back and look at the list now that I'm thoroughly through my shock of that. Chalet. Charmeuse. Crepe. Double door jet. Lightweight cotton blends. Rayon. Silky types. Lightweight interfacing. Yup. That seems about right. You want something that's got some drape to it is basically what we're getting at here. You don't want it to be like a stiff, like you would want to make this probably out of like a cotton twill or something. Single fold bias tape, A and B. Okay, for the sleeveless, I assume that's for the arm side. Invisible zipper. Sweet. We have body measurements. We don't get any finished garment measurements. No. Okay. Okay, so now we've got our contrast and our yardage. So you're gonna use more yardage, obviously, if you've got like a bunch of weird curved pieces cut out of individual yardage, you're gonna use more yardage. That's just the way it is. But just plan for it. I mean, these are like, you know, it might be a good scrap buster depending, like if you had, you know, if you really love working with one particular type of fabric, you might have enough kicking around because we got like 1 1/8, 1 7/8, 1 yard. Like you had like, you know, 3-yard chunks kicking around, you could probably make this thing. So that's kind of cool. So I don't know, think about it, but it does use a little bit more yardage than you would think, but still very, very cute. I really like this one a lot. This is how I end up with so many dress patterns. All right. Where are we at here? Plus size unisex shirts. S9859. This one looks an awful lot like that other old, I think it's McCall's, and they moved it to Butterick, or they moved it to Simplicity, one of the two. No, I think it was McCall's and they moved it to Butterick, I think is what it was. But it looks a lot like that one. Like a lot. So anyway, probably fine. Let's look at the sizing. So we've got small, medium, large, and then extra large, XXL, and XXL. So I don't actually know what that means. It looks like we're dealing with more like men's sizing. XXL. So 54 to 56, 55 to 57. Yeah, so pretty good. And remember, that's without a bust as well. So definitely pretty reasonable, and basically all in one pack then. Women and men's easy to sew shirts have back yoke, long sleeves, and cuffs. View A button-down shirt has a single patch pocket and a split hem. View B shirt has snap closures, front yoke, chest pockets with flat button and shaped hemline. Okay, so, oh, we have like a western thingy. What are they calling that? Shaped yoke? Front yoke. Yeah, don't know. Love that though. I am back in Stampede country, so we'll need to make a couple Western wear shirts. And we've got like a back, so instead of doing like a single back like tuck, we're doing like one on either side, which probably gives you a little bit more like flex room, which is kind of nice. I guess that is like probably a helpful detail for plus size. Overall looks like a pretty standard shirt, but like pretty nice. So you have your choice of the like the split hem here and the curved hem. I always like a curved hem, but you know, you're gonna have it be untucked. That's always nice. Although she's wearing hers open with the split side. So let's go look at photos. Here's the lovely couple here. I wish we could see the side better. Yeah, so again, pulling like this one comes way off his shoulder. He looks like he does have pretty narrow shoulders, but then what's happening is because it's pulled off his shoulder, then it looks like the sleeve like isn't the right way. Like you can see that the bulk of the sleeve is like lower, so it looks like the sleeve is off. Hard to tell what's going on there. On her it looks a little bit better, but I think hers has a bit more drape in it, so it's more forgiving. So again, we're falling off the shoulder here. Not that we have to be right on the shoulder, like with, because this one isn't super fitted, but I would want it to be closer than right here because that looks like a borderline drop shoulder. Might have a little bit to do that she's got hers open, but you know, again, we're seeing that sleeve fall down there. That's just a thing with Big Four. Like, I always find I have to do like quite a significant narrow shoulder adjustment. And I think it's something to do with how they grade up their patterns. Like, I mean, I have narrow shoulders anyways, but like theirs is always really quite significant. So there's that. Stripey illustration. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. And with the Western wear with the floral and the sort of this olive with the snaps. Showing it with snaps. I love that. Maybe I need this just to make a Western top. Yeah, you'd have to look at it. The other one that I like, I'll have to find the number for it so I can put it up on the screen here somewhere. But the other unisex one that I have is from Palmer Pletch, I believe. So it has all the guidelines right on it for doing like a significant full bust adjustment to make it work for you. Versus this one is just like a standard pattern. So probably for if you were going to wear it closed, and my guess is why she has hers open is because you would need to do like a full bust adjustment to make it work on a, you know, female presenting person with a bust. Because you would probably have like it's a men's shirt. I don't know why they're calling it like a unisex shirt. It's a men's shirt. It's what it is. So you'd have to look at it, but I think it's cool. I love the Western. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that when I first looked at this pattern that it had that Western wear piece. So that almost makes me want to buy it just for that. But yeah, not bad. I wouldn't advertise it as a unisex pattern. And again, why do we have only one photo? That's annoying. So, but good size range. Like, I think the thing that's good about these and like why I bought that other one is like, I could do the full bust adjustment on one, and I could also make one for my fiance, and I've already learned how to do it, so there's that. Let's go back here. I feel like my lipstick's like wearing off in the video as you watch me. All right, almost at the end here, I think. All right, so we have Simplicity. So this is S9855. This is Mrs. Women's Top and Pants. Classic collared shirt done in a modern corseted silhouette. Top has bust gathers, boning, long sleeves with cuffs, front zipper closure, slim fit ankle length pants with hook and bar closure. Really? For belt loops, started back waist, front pockets, and single back welt. Alright, and let's double check our sizing. Alright, 10 to 18, 20 to 28, and 30 to 38. So we're getting the full big size range here. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Don't need to see the size chart again. Let's go look. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So yeah, so we got that corseted panel here. Nice little curve thing. Bust gathers. I wonder if that's a zipper. Does it say? Zipper closure. Got it. Standard. Look at that. Super tall placket. Super tall placket, and then, you know, 3 buttons. Slim pant. Love this with this type of pocket too. It's another great one. If you've ever made like the Pietra pants, they have a similar pocket to this, but it's great because they're anchored on both sides. Stretch yourself. There's a welt pocket in the back. This would be a stretch yourself pattern for sure with the corset and the boning, and then the giant placket and the collar. What are we calling it? Average. Yeah, it's like they never say anything is harder than average just because it's like, I don't know, they think they're going to scare somebody away or something? Not sure. Ooh, yeah. Right on the cover, we already see a problem here. So let's go on, see if I can show you better. All right. Anybody see the problem yet? So this top is supposed to be a corset, but you can see where this line is here, that it's going about, I don't know, third of the way up her bust, probably. Maybe quarter of the way up her bust. So this seam line should be here, but it's clearly not. So this whole corset bit isn't cinching her in really at all like it should be. So yeah. So this gal needs a full bust adjustment, which isn't surprising. Again, standard Big Four is B cup, so you know, most women that wear plus sizes are not a B cup. Just aren't. So that's really not working. So yeah, you'd need to do a full bust adjustment. You could do a full bust adjustment and then flip it into gathers. You maintain your style lines. That is very, very doable and pretty easy. But yeah, you would need to do that because she needs more length and more width. You can see all the pulling here that's happening. And then not the worst shoulder fit, honestly. Like I would want to move it up like 1/4 of an inch, like right there, but still beautiful. But yeah, this hot mess. And I've noticed this on a couple of Big Four patterns because this really isn't snatching in the way it should then. Like the whole corset effect is basically like a moot point at that point. And then we've got, hard to say based on how she's standing, might be okay. Looks like there's some whiskering here. But yeah, this is just egregious, my opinion. Alright, pink, cool, floral, fun thing. I think this is the same photo, just from farther away again. Pants are like not bad, but also kind of like whatever. Like, yeah. Welt pocket. Really nice welt pocket. They know how to sew a welt pocket. That's great. This is that giant placket there. Yeah, 3-button placket. Placket itself runs all the way up to there. So yeah, it could be cool. Yeah, you can see where that seaming is. So this should like, the thing is it's not doing what it's supposed to because it should be like a corset and then like kind of blouse out on the top, but it's really not doing that just because of the way it fits her. Now let's look here. Yeah, we don't have finished garment measurements. Cotton blends, lightweight, linen blends, poplin, cotton blends, gabardine, linen blends, stretch wovens, twill, wool blends. Yeah, so you could mix it up a little bit. I need an invisible zipper, buttons for the placket, featherweight boning for the corset part. Yeah, I mean, I think you could make this work if it fit you properly. You'd have to work on fitting it properly. And you would probably need a full bust adjustment guaranteed for like 95% of people, I would imagine. And even just some extra length, maybe. Depending on how, like, you'd have to get that length bang on of how this would fit. Not bad. I don't know. This seems like a 2000s throwback too, to me. Don't know. But, you know, I have seen a few of these around lately, so I feel like this isn't like that unusual. It could be really fun if you were like, I don't know, it's like sexy workwear, which I know they've been talking about being in, like Office Siren or whatever. It's like sort of that vibe. Don't know if I love the pants. Like, I feel like just get yourself some Pietra pants because they would have an elastic in the back. They'd be way more comfortable and fit you better than... This is sort of nebulous. It's like not I don't know. Sort of nebulous, not tapered enough or not... I don't know. Just kind of a weird... Something weird about this leg of this pant, but I wasn't as bothered by that as I was the seam going right through the middle of the top, so... I don't know. It would take a lot of work. I have a sneaking suspicion, which I'm like less enthused about, but it is unique. It is unique, and I haven't seen a top like that come out in plus sizes. So there is that. You had your heart set on something like this, it exists. So again, I always love to see stuff that we don't already have, like boxy woven shirts and stuff like that. Speaking of boxy woven shirts, although we're for some reason have our whole shoulder out, but let's not get distracted here. So we got Mrs. and Women's Tops from Simplicity, so S9851. Sizing, yes, we have our 10 to 18, 20 to 28, and 30 to 38, so love to see that. One shoulder top with sleeve variations has bust darts and shaped hemline. View A and B tops have pleated shawl drape. View C top features a choker neck with double button closure. Okay, let's figure out what that means. Okay, that's what it means. So you have this little collary band thing. Yeah, they're really banking on the early 2000s being in, aren't they? Okay. Yeah, so we've got asymmetric. We got a little pleat here on the shoulder. Got this big asymmetric drape. This one gets rid of the asymmetric drape and then just leaves the pleat in the shoulder. And does one of these poofy sleeves. So you have one sleeved arm, one sleeveless arm. This I'm more inclined to because it's got at least like both sleeves or no sleeves. Like this is a step too far, although I know a lot of people, like I can envision this in like a green or a purple or something. Like people wore this a while ago. So, you know, there's that. Let's go look at photos. Yeah, this is somebody's jam, not my jam. Let's look at it. Alright, we got our lovely lady here. So, yeah, this bust dart is a bit odd. I don't know if she has it like too far down. That's what it looks like. Like this should be like here. This is like sort of like, so it's causing this to go something off. This something off here. That's a hell of a lot of shoulder. Like for the Like, that's not just off the shoulder, that's like off, and you can see this bit. Interesting. Don't know how I feel about it. Got some nice gathering into the cuffs here. They did a really good job on sewing that hem. That's impressive. Maybe some like washout stabilizer. If you've ever used that, that's really helpful for doing ones like that. You do some of that wash away tape and baby hems like that on slick fabrics. Here we go with our line drawings again. I feel like we're gonna get line drawings again instead of another photo. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm ready for this to be back. I didn't really like it the first time around. Okay, crepe back satin, crepe de chine, double georgette, silky types. Yep. Silky types is pretty much all I've ever seen a top like this in. Interfacing, lightweight fusible, single fold bias tape, elastic cord button loops. I guess that's maybe, oh, for C. B needs buttons as well. Oh, the cuffs, that's what it is. Okay. And do we get finished garment measurements? No. Okay. Fine. Refer to the sewing instructions for finished garment measurements. Alright. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. If this was your jam and it's coming back and you're stoked, or you never got a chance to try this the first time, and you dig it, have at her. Not my personal favorite. Looks okay. It might be a bit... I can't tell if it's, like, fitting her properly or if she just has this too far over her shoulder. I think that's kind of what it is. Looks like this shoulder fits okay. It's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Just def's not my jam. Probably someone's jam. Probably someone, like, loves this style. Like I said, this one with the collar. It's just like, I can see someone from TLC wearing it, and I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, where are we? Okay, so I talked about this pattern. I bought this pattern. This was in my last pattern haul. Again, I think I probably already left it up above, but we'll see if I'll leave it up above again. I talked about it in pattern haul. Very excited to make this one. I'm kind of terrified of it, but kind of interested. Alright, next up, we're getting there. Know Me by Aronica again. So this was like winter release, probably. That's why we're so behind the times. There's actually more than I thought today, honestly. Alright. ME 2050, Mrs. Women's Knit Dress in 2 lengths by Aronica B. Cool. And we've got 10 to 18 this time, which I don't think I've seen one of her patterns before. 20 to 28, 30 to 38. Excellent. Body hugging knit dress with sash has plunging neckline, cutout choker options, and oversized sleeves to give a casual and sexy look. View A has a contrast on the left side of the dress. Okay, so easy. That actually checks out this time. I'll go with that. We have another lovely sew along with our QR code, so we love to see it. Okay, so we have, again, that collar. You know, if Veronica's doing it, you know, there's some, like, again, someone from, like, this is, like, a little bit more normal. Like, I could dig it for the fall and winter. Like, I know I'm behind the draw, but, like, it's still snowing here, so that's a bit of a change. That's an adjustment from Texas. It's still snowing here, so I could have worn a sweater dress to work today, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, very cute. I love the color blocking idea. I love the belt. I kind of like a deep V, I'm not gonna lie. I like being a little, you know, this collar and everything. I think it's great. It's a little bit figure hugging with the hips, but not like clingy close. Let's go look at the photos. Okay, so it's a little tighter than I thought it would be based on the line drawings, but looks good on Aronica. Yeah, it's definitely a little closer through the hips on her. I don't know if that's a style choice or not. Hard to say. Because, like, it looks a little tighter all over. It's alright in the back. I love this, like, orange and, like, pink combo. Let's see. Body measurements. Yeah, I don't get any finished garment measurements, so I can't tell you one way or the other if that's correct or not, of, like, if that amount of ease is correct. So we've got stretch knits only, double knit, ITY, sweater knit. Yeah. See the stretch gauge. So, again, that's that stretch thing inside the pattern. Yeah, basically sweater knits. I mean, it's a sweater dress, right? So you kind of want a sweater knit for a sweater dress. Makes sense. Checks out. I kind of like it. I'm not usually one for like a pencil skirt just on my body type, but I love the top of this dress, and it's got the drop shoulder and that. I think I would like it personally on me like a little bit looser, more like the line drawings. That would be my preference. So again, like, and it's kind of a hard one to mock up because you'd want to mock it up almost in that sweater knit. So it's a little bit like, yeah, you'd have to take a bit of a leap with it, I think. But I mean, knits are a lot more forgiving. This shape would be really quite forgiving. So, you know, hard to say, but I imagine it's pretty good pattern. I mean, it's Veronica pattern. It's probably not bad. That's my take on that. There's probably not egregious mistakes in the pattern like some big four, let's put it that way. All right, how many more do we have to go here? I feel like I'm like slowly running out of steam. Oh, I think we're close. Did I review that one? Yeah, I reviewed that one for sure before. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I review this one before? I feel like I might have. 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10, 11. Okay, geez, we have a lot more. All right, let's keep rolling. McCall's women coats and vests. So again, we're getting back into the winter. We're going backward into the winter. So maybe there's still some you want to pick up from here. So we've got M8 439. So coat pattern. Oh, and this is in plus. So we've got 20 to 28, 30 to 38. Love to see it. Probably is a Mrs. pattern if I had to guess. I don't know why I keep clicking on the side of the chart, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. This is a weeknight. Took me a while to actually like sort out the camera situation. this time. First video back. It's a little rough. You're getting like raw uncut Ashley and just like in an opinionated manner. All right. High collar coat and vest have drop shoulders. Like have. It should be has, guys. Like some level of grammar. Drop shoulders, side panel, pockets, and belt. Okay. I love the orange, just glancing at the model. Okay, so we've got like kind of boxy middle, drop shoulder. It's interesting here that they're showing like this side of the sleeve into the side of the coat is all one piece. And then this pocket is sort of nebulous in between. Don't know what's going on there. Kind of interesting shape. I kind of like that funnel neck, lap neck. Oh, and then we're doing without sleeves. Interesting. Don't know how I feel about doing a coat like that, but okay. Yeah. Don't mind it on her. I think you'd have to be really careful because I think what fabric you made it in, because like some fabrics this could go into robe territory pretty quickly. Also, this smacks kind of 80s again. I mean, I love this orange. Like I want this orange wool, if nothing else. Also, pairing it with black accessories feels a little Halloween, to be honest, but I don't know, like drop shoulder into the thing. It's very oversized. It's at a good length. Yeah, like here in the line drawings, it doesn't look as oversized. Okay, maybe I pick up what they're laying down here if they show it in the line drawing. Like if you did it more like a coat dress, like a Meghan Markle-y coat dress and did it in more of like a suiting, you'd probably have to like size down would be my guess. Oh, and there's it flipped up all the way on her. Yeah, that's not the vibe. Also kind of like cuts off her neck and looks like it's like almost like little chokish. Not great. Yeah, like there's a lot of bulk. There's a lot of bulk happening under the arms here. This would be really annoying if you had a purse or something. Hard to say. Like, because when she's got done up like this, I'm almost like, doesn't look that big through here, but then it seems like there's a lot of excess fabric through here. Which, like, you don't want a coat super fitted, but also, like, yeah, like in the back it doesn't look as bad here. But I mean, you've got, like, this funky two-part sleeve. I don't know. I think I would like this to be slightly more fitted through here. I think it's just slightly too wide on her. And again, maybe she has a bit more of a bust, so it's looking not as wide. Like you could do a full bust adjustment maybe on it. Because even when you have like an oversized garment, to get it to hang right, it's helpful to have more fabric in the front where you need it. Because like you can see on the back, it's fairly good, but you can see some of that excess is going to the front. So yeah, so that'd be my guess is like maybe she needs a smaller size like overall, but maybe she needs like a full bust adjustment. Something like that. Even though it's an oversized coat, there's still like You have to think about like where the majority of your fabric needs to be. So boiled wool, flannel, wool blends, wool flannel, lining fabric. So it is a lined coat. That's nice. Lightweight, fusible interfacing. And finished garment measurements. So yeah, fairly significant. We've got like 12 inches of ease at the bust and 13 at the hip. Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. I feel like you want about 10 inches of ease, to be honest. But if you made it in the coat dressy version, I would take out some of the ease. And there's a lot of bulk under the arm. Like, I don't know. You have to be cool with that for this to be good. You have to make it in something that's not too drapey. Like boiled wool is okay because it doesn't therefore look like a robe. I don't know. I don't know if it's just like this style, you're gonna have that pooling and you gotta put up with it. That's it to a certain extent. Hard call. I mean, I had coats kind of like this, but not with this type of sleeve. So I had one more in like a southwesty type print, and that was nice, but it didn't have this big drop shoulder, like triangular shaped sleeve on it. So hard to say. This is for someone, but needless to say, I think I would be careful with it. I need a lipstick touch up. That's where we're at. All right. Okay. Continuing on, powering through the last few. Starting to lose it, but we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. I didn't actually think there was this many, to be honest. All right. So, oh yes, I've looked at this one before. I've cheated a bit. This isn't a total first impression. So this is McCall's M835, and it comes in the 20 to 28 and the 30 to 38. I believe it does come in a smaller version, but it's a different pattern number. The front button knit dresses in 2 lengths have square-shaped neckline, banded detail, and sleeve variations. Views B and C have pockets and contrast bands. View B dress has a belt and purchased piping. Alright, and we've got a QR code and a sew along. Nefertiti Griggs. I have no idea who that is, but it's cool that they have a sewing along. I like that, and I like them paying creators to make sew alongs. So, just adorable. So we've got sort of a mini length, and we've got a like knee length, and we've got like basic button placket blending. And we have this sort of adorable, like almost 60s version with the contrast, collar, cuffs, buttons, and little pockets. I love this length with the contrast of this and then the pockets as well. Like I would put the belt on it too because I just think that's so cute. This is one I seriously considered picking up. So I have looked at this pattern. That's what I mean by it's like not a first impression, but adorable. Love this floral version all blended in. Oh, that would be nice. Like a green khaki version with gold buttons. It's like either sort of 60s or sort of 80s and I can't decide. So this is B. So it's actually longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be more like mid-thigh. So it's actually knee length is B. So C must be more of a midi length then. Same picture of that gal. Got our belt. Oh yeah, so here's all your piping. Yeah, excellent. So we got blue piping with your... I think that's why it's making it look a little 80s with the gold and black button. And then the blue piping, that like blue and gold always makes me think sort of 80s-ish. But still, I mean, very, very cute. Floral version, you're just like, hey, I just want a cute square neck floral dress. That lovely idea with the more like khaki. That's that same photo again. Oh, we get to see the back. Yeah, we got a little bit of, probably is just from a bra more than anything. This looks pretty good. Shoulder could come up a little bit. What else is new? It looks a smidge like, so we're getting a little bit of pulling here, pooling here. So I think I'm not as good as the full butt stuff because obviously I don't have one, but I think in her case she needs a little bit of a sway back adjustment, which will be pretty easy on this one because you've got a seam in here already. Again, these dresses are made for the model. Who knows if they're actually fitted to the model or not, so I'm not that concerned, but yeah, you could just take a slice out into the seam here to correct that sway back. Let's see. Stretch knits only. Yay, they gave us a stretch percentage. We like it. 35% stretch. That's a lot, actually. Like, that's significant. That's quite a bit more than, like, you know, if you were to buy, like, a stretch cotton, it's more than that by, like, 10%. So, stretch knit's only 35% stretch, such as cotton knits, interlock, Ponte, rib knit, C stretch gauge, interfacing, fusible knit. Okay. And we have our finished garment measurements are 1/2 inch of negative ease because it's a knit. And we have positive ease at the hip because it's a fit and flare. So lovely. Very much like it. I actually liked it a lot. I nearly picked it up. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm slightly kicking myself that I didn't. Honestly, I know that I probably wouldn't make it because I'd need to do a full bust adjustment on a knit, and it never works out that well for as much of an adjustment as I need. So part of me is tempted to make like a Turner dress that looks like this, or the new cashmere dress pattern. It already has a square neckline like this. So it's very tempting. It's very tempting to make like a version of this dress with one of my cashmere knits that I already know that will fit me well. Yeah, so one of my cashmere knits that would already fit me well. So yeah, I don't know. It is a lovely, like, just the way they've styled it with these type of heels. It feels retro, but it's a knit dress, and it looks very dressy with the buttons, but again, it's a knit dress, so it's very comfortable. And I love the idea of this for work. You would really have to have specific fabric choices, and I think that's where I'm hung up too, is I haven't found any fabric that would kind of give this vibe. Like, I love this houndstooth that they have come out with, or even this, like, you know, striped kind of khaki green color. So I really like it, but like I say, I think I would use the new cashmere pattern to make something like it. I'll leave it. I can't remember. That's my only thing, is like, if you had like a, you know, a smaller bust, I would say like go ahead and make this one, but for me it would be hell on earth to like get that to fit properly. Oh, it doesn't have a seam. I'm a big fat liar. I thought it had a seam at the waist. So yeah, so there is some other ways to do the sway back adjustment with no waist. I think that's the other thing about the cashmere pattern. It's already got a slight sway back in it, and it would have a seam here. So you wouldn't have that problem. So yeah, you'd probably have to figure out how to take it out of the center seam. Eef. Anyway, things to be aware of, but very cute. Just once you know your own adjustments, you can figure out if it's something. But I love the concept. I love the concept of this. And a different turn. Oh, this is supposed to be a robe. Okay, that's good. So this is Butterick B967 Misses and Women's robe. So I'm very glad it's not a dress. Very loose fitting robe with front zipper closing, has stand collar, long set and sleeves, stitch hems and length variations. View A has front patch pockets, view B has side seam pockets. Okay. Yeah. I mean, personally, I call this a house coat. Looks like a Nana-ish house coat with a turtleneck on it. I mean, you'd be warm. Nothing else. Oh, sizing. Extra small to extra large, 1X to 5X. Out of stock. Must have been popular. Or maybe they were like, we're not restocking it after Christmas. Don't know. Yeah, don't know. Didn't put a plus size gal on the cover this time. Opted for one of the illustrations instead, so I don't know if we're getting any other pictures. Yep, that's a robe. Let me look at the thing again. Yeah, it kind of sits off the shoulder. Basically goes straight down. Has a zipper in the front. And yeah, it's a thing. Woot woot. No more pictures. You get nothing. Ashley gets nothing to actually talk about. Moderate stretch knits, 35% cross grain stretch. So that's your horizontal stretch as opposed to your vertical stretch. French cherry, jersey, Ponte knit, sweatshirt fleece, C stretch gauge. Okay. Lightweight fusible. Yeah, so love listing the stretch percentage. That's great. And we don't get any finished garment measurements either. So I can tell you squat about how this works. I mean, it looks okay on the straight size model. The shoulders, again, seem to be fitting in the right place. I would guess that the plus size ones are probably too big, because all big four are too big in the shoulders when they get to the plus sizes. The zipper's setting great. I don't know. Do you need a robe? I think that's kind of your answer. To me, it sort of screams house coat. But also I'm in Canada now, so the idea is appealing more than it used to be. So there's that. Like, whatever. That was sort of a nothing, I don't know. Sort of a nothing pattern. Or I'm just getting sassier as we go. I don't know. Alright, Butterick Women's Pants. This is what I mean by like one pattern. All we're doing is pants. We're going to do pants well. We're going to give you options of the pant. I don't know. Personally, that's my opinion on how I like to do these things. So very curious to hear if someone ever has been like, I'm gonna make my whole capsule wardrobe out of one pattern. B964, did I say that? 20 to 28, 30 to 38, so full gamut size range. Love to see it. Close-fitting pants at 1 inch below waist have princess seams, top stitching, waist facings, and stitch hems. View A is a tapered fit. View B is a boot cut with a front vent. Both pants have invisible side seam zippers. Okay. Wow, yep, that's a seriously fitted pant. Close fitting pant. Yeah, no kidding. Not kidding about the close fitting part. You can see the, like, calf on this one. And then we have a nice little, like, whoop, kick flare. And then with the like, little kick thing in the front. This looks a lot like the Ashwood pants without a waistband on it. Are they knit? I guess we'll find out. Let's go look at it. Where's this weird top? What are we doing with that? Oh, I guess it's like a sweater tied around. We're doing the sweater slung over the shoulder thing. Yeah, and then they're showing like a contrast top stitching for this little kick vent. I think you could also just stitch it closed if you wanted just like a little kick flare. I mean, yeah, they're not bad. I mean, I like the Ashwood pants. I haven't made another pair, but I kind of want to. But again, finding like good Ponte knit that actually looks like actual pants and not like sweatpants is actually kind of difficult, as I've discovered. Let's look at the butt. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like we've got a little bit of something going on there, like a little bit of pulling onto the hip there. Hard to tell in this dark fabric and the way she's standing. Yeah, fine. Yeah, moderate stretch knits, 35% cross grain, double knit, interlock, Ponte. See stretch gauge. Am I good or am I good? I knew it was a knit. Fusible knit. Do we have... Oh, yeah, we do have finished garment measurements. I'm gonna be a liar. Hip is 61. Hip is 62. So yeah, so we got 1 inch of negative ease. That seems about right. Seems about right. Yeah, pretty nice. Don't know how I feel about them having like no waistband either. You could, of course, like I say, Cashmerette has one that's exceptionally similar called the Ashwood Pants from their Cashmerette Club. That's an option too. Doesn't have the narrow option though, but like overall, like not bad. Like I say, I really do actually kind of like the Ashwood pants, so that I made, and I made them in this ridiculous velour Juicy Couture suit, so I guess I'll leave that video up above too. But yeah, I've been kind of like trying to find like an actual nice like Ponte knit that would look really crisp, and I've been struggling with that a little bit, so I think that is something to keep in mind if you get this pattern, is like maybe try and find the fabric first. But yeah, like wouldn't be bad. Obviously like comfy and could look quite nice if you make them out of the right fabric. So not mad at it. These are really easy to adjust too because of all the seams. So in my case, I ended up basically lopping off the hips because I have none. But like just going zhit, zhit. But yeah, they're really quite easy to adjust. So I could see them being pretty easy to make if you were looking at making some pants like this. Like you could just take in this seam like it's a giant leg princess seam and have it fit pretty easily. So there are definitely some advantages to a pattern like this, especially if you're a little nervous about making pants. I think it could be a good option. So we have Butterick women's knit top. This is B6962. Okay, so we got full gamut size range, 20 to 28, 30 to 38. Pull over knit cowl neck tops, close fitting through bust, have flared high-low hems and set in sleeves. View A has 3/4 length sleeve. View B has tulip hem, button trim, and long sleeves. Okay. All right. Yep. So we're doing the cowl neck with the sort of handkerchief. It almost looks like a handkerchief hem. I don't think it actually is. It's that sort of like, it's not quite a trapeze because it comes in under the bust and then flares out. I don't know what you would call that. I feel like, again, we wore a lot of these in the mid 2000s. I had a bunch of sweaters that looked sort of like this. Mine didn't have a cowl neck, but like pretty much the rest of it. You know, button one, not bad. I don't know. Are we still wearing this? This feels kind of, I don't know. Let's go look at the pictures. 6962. And we have Lovely Lady and a line drawing. It does look really nice on her. And this one, I think is the first one where we've seen the shoulder fit. So that's exciting. And sort of like a, yeah, like a lighter sweater knit, I think is what this is. Like a hatchy sweater knit. And then we've got it with the pants from a second ago, which is like kind of a vibe. Yeah, that's nice, that whatever that fabric is that they've made these out of. Yeah, it fits pretty. That one sits off just a little bit. You can see where her bra digs in there. Probably needs to be like right here. Anyway, looks pretty good though. We're not seeing any like pulling really. We're seeing a little bit here, but it's really loose fitting. A two-way stretch knits, 50% cross grain stretch, so significant. Cotton spandex, jersey knits, poly spandex, rayon spandex, see stretch gauge. I feel like they're overshooting their stretch percentages by about 10%. That's what it seems like to me, because that last one they were saying like make it out of like a ponte or a stretch, but I know those are like closer to 25, not 35. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like they're overshooting it a little bit. You'd have to be careful, but with the 1-inch negative ease, you don't really need that much ease. Let's see how much this one has. So we've got bust of 60, 62 hip. So we've got 2 inches of negative ease. Oh, and a bunch of positive at the hip because it flares out. So yeah, that seems about right, honestly, actually, in the top there. And it kind of looks like it too with how it fits her. So yeah, I think that's actually quite nice. I don't know if this is really like my style anymore or the style anymore. It seems a bit dated, honestly. But it does look really nice. So there's that. Like it does look really good on like apple body types if you were wanting a sweater. Have them like kind of swoop in and flare out like that. It does look nice. So I mean, you know, to each his own. And you know, that is the one good thing about sewing is like, okay, so what, it's not in, you can make it anyway because you've got the pattern. Like it, you know, it's irrelevant almost. Like you can kind of make whatever you want. Okay, so we've got a couple more here, I think. I want to say I've reviewed this one, so we're going to go through the last 3. These would have been from the tail end of last summer. So we've got Simplicity S9827, so women's pants in 2-length, camisole and cardigan. Pleated wide leg pant in 2 lengths of wide waistband and belt loops with top stitching, side pockets, and a back welt pocket. Complete the look with camisole and short 3-button knit cardigan and v-neck and patch pockets. So let's look at sizing first, just to make sure. 20 to 28, 30 to 38, so excellent, full plus size range. Love to see it. Alright, so yeah, so we've got our full trendy double pleat wide leg pant, back welt pocket, trousers style, big waistband, really big chunky belt loops. This feels very on trend to me, actually, in contrast to the last pattern. And then we've got the little slinky camisole top, and then we've got like a kind of drop shoulder sweater, straight sleeves, kind of like a, I don't know. But let's go have a look at it on the model, because I don't know how I feel. I kind of wish, I suppose we're showing it, we're really selling it as a wardrobe, so let's look at it as a wardrobe. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if it's just her stance is not selling it to me. And I feel like maybe the styling, like if they'd done like a platform sneaker here, or like a, you know, even like a dressy sneaker with these pants, and like, I don't know, I do like the color combo, and I like the color combo on her coloring and these giant earrings. I'm like, I want these earrings mostly. Yeah, so there's the line drawing of the pants. Pants in blue, leopard print, brown. Yeah, that's really lovely actually. And I love this combo of this together. But it feels like, I don't know, feels like someone older picked out the fabric choices here. They're like, workwear trousers, we're gonna pick the fabric, like, not that it's not a lovely combo, but we got drop shoulder sweater, straight. I don't know. This looks like this is hiking up, like there's some draw lines like this. Like it feels not like it's not hanging straight like it should. And there's something weird, the way that that dart wasn't sewn in quite right. Love this fabric though. I wonder what this fabric is, the suiting that they've got these pants made out of. It's just gorgeous. Don't know if I love this. Like, I don't know. It is pretty. It is pretty. I'm like a big fat liar. It's pretty. Just feels like it's like it matches too well for this to be like the way these trendy pants are worn, you know? Okay. A and B, which is our pants, cotton blends, gabardine, linen blends, satin, stretch wovens, twill, wool blends. Generally suiting, I would say. C, silky types. Checks out. Again, you could probably throw rayon in there if you wanted. If you wanted to make yourself a silk charmeuse little tank top, I'm sure you could. D, stretch knits only, such as jersey, ponte, rib knit, sweater knits. See the pick a knit rule. Okay, so we're not getting the stretch percentage on this one. I would say I didn't love the fabric that they picked for her sweater. I feel like the rib knit is not really holding its shape as well as you might like. So it's just kind of like hanging there. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're not going to see further sewing instructions for finished garment measurements. Yeah, and they didn't really show us, well, they showed us her butt here. Yeah, there's something weird. I think she might actually be slightly more apple-y, like I am. Yeah, I don't know. There's something odd here. I can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, I'm not the pants master, okay? So there's that. Like, obviously this dart is not sewn quite right. This is drawing like this. So I think she's supposed to have more hips than she does for the pattern, I think would be my guess of what's going on there. I don't know. If you like that look, I feel like I don't know. I haven't come around to the wide leg pants yet. I think I might want to try it and make a pair. I have, of course, the Muna and Broad glebe pants that I've been meaning to make for about 1,000 years now. And I think I should give it a go because the wide leg pants are so in, but they're definitely like a look, especially with the pleats in the front. And like normally I've seen them with like fairly tight fitting tops, unless like that. Like if they had buttoned the sweater up and tucked it in, maybe, I don't know. It's just like I say, it feels like this is the trendy pattern that we need to make, and then someone who is older picked out the fabric and the styling for it. Although these earrings though, I want to know where these earrings came from, and this brown suiting, honestly. So don't know, mixed verdict on that one. Probably not for me, but I like the fabric and everything about it. Okay, swear we've done this one, but we're going to bomb through these last couple pretty quickly. So we've got McCall's M8412. Easy to sew. Mrs. Bodysuit, robe, shorts, pants, knit. Bodysuit has wide straps, contrast panels, snap tape, closure. Robe has kimono style sleeves, belt, thread loops, side seam pockets. Pull-on shorts and pants have elastized waist, contrast side panels and bands. So it isn't a bathing suit? Kind of thought it was like a bathing suit with a wrap. 20 to 28, 30 to 38. So cool. All right, let's go have a look. So, I mean, I love that they match. Super fun with the thing and the, like, where are you supposed to wear this then if it's not a bathing suit? So confused. Oh, that's beautiful, that robe. That's like really nice. And see, yeah, like this is a loose shoulder, but it's not like wild. And then with the contrast, and you could make this, like if you got yourself a vintage bed sheet and made this, it's adorable. I love it. Then we have the bodysuit. But again, this looks like a bathing suit to me, so that would imply that the robe is also a knit. Looks like a bathing suit. 75% two-way stretch knit. See stretch gauge. Okay, that's it. That's all you're gonna give me. Lining, tricut, BCD, challis. Yeah, so that's your robe, shorts, culottes, things. Challis, cotton, blends, crepes, lightweight, fusible. There's no reason you couldn't make this out of as a bathing suit, right? Like, I mean, it doesn't call for any like boob padding, which is probably why it's maybe a bodysuit. I don't know. I mean, you do have the tricot lining. I don't know. I truly don't know. Do we have any finished garment measurement? No, it's just all the fabric requirements, which look pretty standard to me. Nothing too out of the way here. I mean, honestly, I really like the robe. I think the robe is really cute. And I like the idea of having like a robe and a cute little like pajama short. Like either for like as an adorable PJ set or like to wear to the beach. But like then I want this to be a bathing suit. You know, I don't understand the styling of this being a bodysuit with like nothing underneath. Like, and it's like, are we doing that for sexy times? Because that just looks like it just looks like a bathing suit. So I don't quite understand what the thinking was. I'm kind of confused. Looks cute though. Like the robe is really cute. So I don't know. So let's end on a high. This is another Erotica women's one-piece swimsuit and cover up ME 2037 Nomi pattern. And we have 16W to 26W, 28W to 38W. So slightly lower the one way. And then I think we're getting, I don't know, they're slightly off one way or the other. But 16W is a little bit lower. Lined one-piece swimsuit has deep neckline, halter strap, and an inside shelf bra with insert pads. So that was the piece that I was missing out of the last one to actually make it a bathing suit. So there's that. Wrap style cover up has wide long sleeves, angled back seams, side seam pockets, and belt with side seam loops. Designer Erotica Gold. Rating average. Okay. Sew along. Fantastic, because I have no idea how to sew a bathing suit. That's one of the few things I have not done. Oh, again, we get a beautiful beach cover up. So we have, look at the seaming on the back. I love that with the crossover. It looks like this crossover matches the like deep V on the bathing suit. I love that. It's a halter neck, which I don't generally love a halter neck because I feel like it like pulls on my neck after a while. But you could easily crisscross it and sew it into the back. There's nothing stopping you, really. But this robe, again. Super nice robes. We've got a plethora of robes this go round, if you're in the robe market. So, starting off strong here. QR code again, if you need that sew along. I mean, Veronica's really selling this one, honestly. And I love this color combo of this, whatever this over robe is made out of. It's like some sort of like crinkle gauze, maybe? No idea. Very cool. There's Veronica. There's like a seam there. And like your princess seam along here. Neck strap. There's the same photo again. Giving a little booty. I don't know if the seam is supposed to be at the hip there. If it's supposed to be a bit higher. I'll have to go back and look at the line drawing. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So it does hit just a little south of the waist here. So it's supposed to fit like that. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Like, for me, I feel like it should either come, like, lower so that it's, like, across the hip, or it should be, like, just a smidgen higher so it's actually sitting in the waist. But, I don't know. I mean, I have seen quite a few bathing suits like this, but, like, I feel like this hits in an awkward spot on the body. I don't know. Personal preference and everything, though. Yeah, because you can kind of see, like, it's kind of hitting not quite the fullest part, but, like, almost. Cute, though. I love this fabric. Oh, look at the back. Yeah, see, I love this blend of this kind of crinkle gauze that she's chosen to use here. I think it was a great choice. Really, again, really sells it. Let's go look here. Stretch knits only. Yeah, I would hope so. Unless you're making those old-fashioned wool bathing clothes, I would hope it would be a stretch knit, such as swimwear knits. Duh. Spandex blends, two-way stretch fabrics. See stretch gauge. I would really hope you'd be like, I'm gonna make a swimsuit. I would really like swimsuit knits. That's the one time where I'm like, lining fabric, like, similar vibes, but logically makes sense. Design lining A. Four-way stretch fabric, such as nylon, polyester, spandex. Again, I feel like you'd want a specific, like, swimwear lining, but maybe that's just me. B is charmeuse, cotton blends, cotton lawn, crepe de chine, gauze, silky types. Yep. All agree. Yeah, any type of gauze would be beautiful. We don't get any finished garment measurements because we've got all the sizes. Yeah, overall really cute. I do really love this robe, like this wrap It's like slightly sexy with the deep V, but it's still really cute. And I love that big floaty back. It seems like really elegant. I don't know, like kind of mixed thoughts on the swimsuit, but I mean, it's like a very decent swimsuit, and there aren't that many in the true plus size sewing range, so there's that. Alright, so I did realize I missed a couple in editing, so I thought if we're gonna do it, I've already split this into 2 parts, so we might as well catch the last couple here. So I'm gonna jump right back on in. So this is Butterick B6947 women's shirt and shorts. Not sure if they've got a smaller one in this or not. Fitted shirts have collar, collar band, bust darts, long sleeves with pleats, button cuffs, front button closing, top stitch trim, and narrow hem. View A has long rolled sleeves, wrong side shows, and button tabs. Pleated shorts have side front pockets, front fly zipper, carriers, and length variations. View C has turn back cuffs. View D has stitched hem. Okay. So, okay, I think I get what they're after. So let's go look at the line drawing quick just so I can explain. So the cuffs here they're talking about are that you would make like your full long sleeve and then you would roll it and you'd have a tab on the inside, so that way you could wear it either like this long sleeve or this tab sleeve version. And then we've got the shorts with either just like a regular hem or a turn back hem. And when they're saying carriers, they mean belt loops. So these shorts have belt loops. Very self-explanatory. I feel like this is like a little safari-ish. I actually kind of dig it. It's not the worst at all. So let's hop right on into the pictures here. So we have our lovely gal and our lovely line drawing. Hopefully we get more than this one picture. That seems like this happens in this particular format. So let's look at it here. So we're basically talking about like kind of a regular button-down shirt, right? So got some nice shaping here. They picked a beautiful material to make this out of. This shoulder looks pretty good, actually, like, because it is not, you're not, like, going super form-fitting with this. It's, like, sitting, like, just off, but, like, that's kind of what I would expect for a looser shirt like this. You know, you could make this in a linen and it would be very lovely. We don't have any darts through the front here, so it is that sort of more loose shape, like bringing it in at the waist. Cuffs look great, kind of classic cuff. Yeah, here we go, full safari vibes on the illustration with the hoop earrings and the zebra print. We're even showing kind of a little like Gucci belt in this. I kind of dig it. You know, this could go a little bit younger, a little bit older. I kind of like it. Sort of like, oh yeah, here with it tied up. That's really nice, actually. Yeah, sort of like, I think if you did it in the right fabric, maybe not this hot pink, but it could look pretty like Ralph Lauren if you did it in like a, you did it in like a cotton with like maybe like a twill short. That could be really nice. Kind of safari style. Oh, and then we have a lovely curved hem again. Quite narrow curved hem. Again, when I was talking about that bias tape for doing hems like that, again, perfect candidate. And this time we've got like a pleat into a cuff. Like I was talking about earlier where they had kind of that faux pleat with the buttons that was like sort of like a faux placket. This one's like a real placket with your pleat into your cuff here, and then a full pleat, like full placket with the button. So really nice, actually. I think if you were looking for like a decent button down, this looks like a pretty good one. So let's zoom in here. Do we not have any darts in the... Oh yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, so we've got darts in the front, we've got like horizontal bust darts, so this would be a really easy one to do a full bust adjustment on, so that's not an issue. The pleats are nice in the shorts. You could even swap the pleats in the back out for elastic. That would be really nice. I'm actually going to be doing that in an upcoming video, so I'll show you how to do that. Let's see. Chambray, cotton shirting, crepe, crinkle gauze, gabardine, lightweight denim, linen blends, twill. Yep. Again, that sort of like, think like safari, old school Banana Republic. That's kind of the vibe we're digging. Lining fabric. I wonder what we're lining here. Buttons, of course. Buttons. Full size range. Kind of about what you'd expect for fabric, nothing egregious. Just over 3 yards for the shirt. So 2 1/8 for the shorts. That seems all checks out. We're not showing any finished garment measurements again. I think the Butterick maybe are the ones that we're not seeing finished garment measurements on. Yeah, but overall, kind of like it. Kind of nice, kind of into it. I think it'd be good if you were looking for sort of like, because it's not a super oversized shirt. Like, I feel like they've been doing some like really oversized shirts lately, and I feel like it has a tendency to kind of like drown you if you're not doing it properly. But this one's got like a little bit of shaping with the bust dart in there, and then I love the kind of roll tabs. And then you'd have like a nice pair of summer shorts as well. I don't know, I'm into it, oddly. Don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm into it. All right. I think we've got... I'm pretty sure I've talked about these ones before, and I know I talked about this one. This one I actually talked about in my last pattern haul, because I did pick this one up. So I think I've already linked that video, so it'll be down below as well if you're wondering where... If I'm rattling off a bunch of videos for you to watch, do just actually go down and look in the description bar. I spend a lot of time working on it, so I would appreciate it, and go watch some of my other content, because that's how you tell YouTube you actually like my videos. Alright, so we have Butterick 6941 Women's Knit Dress by Palmer Pletch. So Palmer Pletch is great. They have a lot of like fitting guidelines. That's kind of their thing. And so they have a lot of like cheater lines on their... Let's see. We've got sizes 20 to 28, 30 to 38. Love to see it. Perfect. Because they have the lines marked right on the pattern, so I could kind of see like what it should look like when I'm putting it on other patterns. So they're kind of nice to pick up just if you're learning, you know, even if it's not like you don't intend on making 100 of them. 20 to 28, 30 to 38, so we are actually getting our full plus size range, which again is nice to see in Palmer Pletch, because a lot of their patterns aren't in the full size range. They're in like the old school plus range, so, you know, some of them go up to like a 32 or a 28, so this is nice to see. Knit dresses in 3 lengths have V-neck and wide waistband with gathers on bodice and skirt. View A is sleeveless. Views B and C have 3/4 sleeves. Love a 3/4 sleeve. Sewing rating average. Yeah, their sewing ratings are just... I didn't look at the last one, honestly, but I should really keep better track of it, because they seem... absolutely random. Like, I would call a knit dress like on the easier side, and then some of the ones they've listed as average are like way more difficult. So, oh, lovely. Okay, I didn't really get the sense of the neckline on the model, but you can kind of see there's like kind of a pleat around the neckline, and then it comes up a little bit in the front because it's like wrapping around in the back. It's quite an interesting neckline, actually. And then we've got gathers for the space and the bust, a solid waistband, and then we're doing a little bit of gather in the skirt. We have our dreaded side seam pockets. This is a good candidate for like actually extending them into the waistband, because it's close enough and you've got a full waistband on this one. Especially in a knit, I would really do that, because otherwise it will stretch down with your phone and be annoying. I warn you now. All right, so here's our lovely lady. Putting one lady in 3 different versions. Yeah, pretty nice. I think it's actually... Oh, yeah. Okay, we got... Or is it supposed to be like that? It's cute, though. I think this would actually be a really nice dress for work, because it kind of has a little bit more, like, almost a collar. It's almost a collar. We're headed into collar direction. Here's kind of a full length. They're talking like she's going out to dinner in this one. Full length one. Yeah. Yeah, so here you can see it's coming up a little high on her again. You can see where her bust ends. This one's not quite as egregious, but I think her actual bust comes to about 3/4 of a way into this waistband, and this waistband should be like here. So again, we needed a full bust adjustment on this guy. I think Palmer Pletch would actually include instructions how to do that if I had to guess. So this is the problem of using, you know, a random dress on a random model, is you're going to get issues like that, but you would really want this to sit in the right place. So that is something I would look at, even though it's a knit dress. You can usually get away with hiding more sins in a knit dress, but in this case, meh. And it's like, you can see how it's curving up as well. That means her boobs are taking up that height. So yeah, needs a full bust adjustment. Yeah, and you can see here in that she's got some pulling happening on the side here. Let's see what it looks like on another one. Oop. Yeah, so this one doesn't look as bad, I think, because it's in a slinkier material, and just the way she's like holding her shoulders back is pulling more of that extra that's under the arm. But you can see here, even with that, it's like pulling a little bit this way. So it's harder to tell in a knit that something doesn't have as much room as it needs, but you can still see it kind of pulling here. And then really here, you can see how this waistband is curving up. Like actually quite dramatically here on this one. And same diff here. This is like fully curved. You can see the way that is. At first I was like, is that the style? But based on the line drawings, no. Again, this one doesn't look as bad, but I think it's like, she's a good model. She's like holding it back, like kind of keeping it in so that you don't see that wrinkle. And this looks like a little bit of a thinner knit as well. Yeah, nice style though, generally. But yeah, this one is really, like you can see, yeah, it's almost making her, I hate to say it, look a little bit pregnant just because of how this is sloping up into her bust. And then with this horizontal stripe, you can see how it's like lifting the stripes up all the way here. Oof. Yeah. The lady needs a full bust adjustment. It looks nice in the back. That looks good. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, it looks pretty good in the back. You can see, yeah, this is how you can tell it's a full bust adjustment too, is like her waistline is sitting at her waist here with this. Like this all looks good. This is at her waist. But then when you flip back, you can see how it comes up and over. So you can tell it's in the front where she's needing that extra up and over space. So yeah, here's that same dress. Looks great in the back. Waistline's where it should be. Yeah, even this one, waistline's where it should be. And then you know, you can already see it's going right there. Meep up. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, I really think they need to do, like, so a lot of the indie companies do a D cup as a standard for plus sizes. And I really think the Big Four should move in that direction because there's been several sizing studies done in the last few years by a lot of the different pattern makers. And the reason a lot of the indie patterns do a D cup as the standard is kind of that's the average for a plus size body more than a B cup is. A B cup in a plus size body is actually more of an outlier than the other way around. So, you know, it's just something to consider, especially when they're showing it on models like this. It's really not doing the garments a lot of service when you see them on the models. Okay. Stretch knits, such as cotton lycra, cotton knit, jersey. See stretch gauge. Yeah. You could do a rayon knit, but you probably wouldn't want it to be too thin, I would assume. I think you could do a slightly drapier knit, though. Like, with all that gathering in there. I know they want that waistband to hold up. You could always use a little bit of power mesh or something in that waistband to help keep it together. That would be really good. That's something Gertie does in a lot of her knit patterns, and it is quite helpful. It keeps that waistband from kind of stretching out. Cashmerette's done things where they stick actually that wide 2-inch elastic in there. So there's lots of options where you could do a lighter weight knit in this pattern. I don't think you need like full-on cotton lycra. I don't even think that's what she's in. I would bet money that that's a poly knit. Like, that looks like a poly knit to me. Anyway, let's go look at it. So we've got, ooh, yeah, here's the other bit too. So this one, old school. So this is so your body measurement, like say your bust is a 60-inch, and then the finished garment measurement is a 65. So this has like 5 inches of positive ease in a knit garment. I mean, yes, it's got gathering, but that seems like too much to me. What do we got for the waist? Let's just look at the waist here. So yeah, and the waist has positive ease. It has like almost 4 inches of positive ease, 3.5. And the hip is free, so that doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, I would say you could probably go down a size if I had to guess in this one. There's that. Yeah, because this seems like their old ways of doing things, to be honest. Not too fabric hoggy, slightly fabric hoggy, like 4.5, 4.25 in there. Yeah, not bad. I don't mind it. It would look really cute for work. Like, I think it fits that balance of trying to have something dressier in a knit. Like, I think it is nice with that collar, and it's something a little bit different. For Palmer Pletch though, I mean, I'd honestly like them to fit it to the model. I know that's probably asking too much, but I mean, what they sell is their fitting courses and their fitting in the patterns. So to have it fits, like, she so obviously needs a full bust adjustment that it's like, it's a little angering. Like, it does actually fit her quite well in the shoulders, so I think she is in her correct size, and the waist hits her in the right place in the back. It's just she's got a bigger bust, and she needs an adjustment for that, and I would kind of like Palmer Pletch since they're a fitting company to do that, but, hit and miss. It is a cute dress, though. Like I say, all you need to do is do a full bust adjustment, and I bet it's even marked on the pattern, so would be an easy one to fix, but yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, this one I actually picked up in my haul. This one I'm pretty sure we covered, so I think we are actually finally done. Alright, so this was a long one today, but I hope you guys really enjoyed reviewing the patterns with me. Do let me know if you like this format so that we can maybe consider doing it again. Maybe I'll do slightly less because this was a lot of patterns to cover today. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Do give me lots of feedback, and I will actually be having some real sewing coming up really shortly here as I'm settling in. So thank you guys so much for bearing with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys!